Hey everybody, it's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway, and I'm here to bring you your general weekly read for the 12th to the 18th of July. I am working with my Sacred Geometry Healing cards. They're available on my website. Anyone that if you buy from me, I will personally sign the deck for you, but they are available worldwide. You can get them from a number of different shops, different outlets, as well as different places on the internet. You've just got to put it in to Google and you will find it. The other thing you will only get from my website, another one of my beautiful products, are my lab or liquid alchemy in a bottle, which are my high vibrational frequencies, okay, that can have been created to nurture, balance, and heal the mind, body, and soul. And what is beautiful when it's in this box collection is that you can ensure which ones you want to ingest. You don't have to just ingest them. Like I said, you can go onto my website. I do have a PDF on these beautiful frequencies, and you can work out and see how you can use them in your everyday life in different ways, other than if you don't want to ingest them. Okay, so I'm going to pop them to the side, and I do have my dog who keeps giving me a nudge, so excuse her. Now the bottom of the deck is the 285 solfeggio frequencies. This is how they were pulled out of my deck, and I just want to briefly speak about this because I find it really important message in here, because the 285 is all about optimal health and well-being. So in this time right now, it is one of it is a really good message for us to adhere to. Firstly, for those who have been unwell, the 285 frequency is a beautiful one to listen to, as well as to ingest the frequency. I have created them through my product, Liquid Alchemy in a Bottle. When we compound the number 2 plus 8 plus 5, it actually equals a 6. And on top of that, the number of the deck is a 24. The number of the cards, is a 24. 2 plus 4 is a 6 as well. So it's really about the nurturing of ourselves. It's about looking after ourselves, taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves unconditionally. It's about creating that optimal health on all levels of our being. So it's not that we just get physically unwell. We can also be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, withdrawn, unwell, and at this, with what we have been enduring, in particular in nearly the last couple of years, or the last 18 months, it has been so full on. It has really challenged people to the nth degree on all levels of their being, all levels. And it has really affected people's frequencies, so it really affected energy, their mood swings, their physical health, and and then that extends out to relationships, partnerships, whatever it might be. So it is really important to come back to self. It's really important, okay, to create that optimal health and well-being for yourself. It's really important that you practice mindfulness. It's really important that you go within and you start your own bonfire within, because what you really want, and this was such a beautiful analogy that someone was talking about the other day, is when we light that bonfire, what we're doing is we're attracting others into that bonfire to sit around that bonfire, and then we're passing on that higher frequency to these people that are around us, because it's understanding that we are all part of the one. We are all part of this universe, okay? This unified field. We are all part of the one. We are all part of the all. And when we all individually go within, we light our own bonfires, we work on our own aspect of health, even if it means you've got to give up things around you, right? And I know I've had to do a lot of that, because I keep having to go within, and sometimes it is a challenge, but and that's my honesty. But these times have been difficult, but I keep coming back. I'm aware enough to understand what I have to do to create a more balanced environment, first and foremost for myself, to lift my energy, which will then, ricochet on to, in particular, my family, my children who are around me. So I'm going to take that card out and leave that there. And let's see what else comes out for the week 12th to the 18th. So I did speak a little bit about that, and it's taken up some time. But again, 417. So, when I talk about the 285 card, okay, the 285 frequency is working on our optimal health and well-being. Well, when the 417 comes up, what it's saying is that we have to release traumatic experience. And we need to release these traumas that we carry within us, because if we don't, we hold on to them. We allow it to affect us. We allow it to hold us back. And we're not always doing that on a conscious level. For many, it's also subconscious. It's programming. It's about understanding that we need to let go of this programming now so that we can create that optimal health and well-being for ourselves, so that we can actually heal our own body on a cellular level, okay? So it's really important we let go of this. I always find the Ho'oponopono really, really wonderful to work with, which is forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. And it's something that you can repeat. Again, YouTube has quite a number of the Ho'oponopono that you can actually sit and listen to. So it's really up to you what it is that you resonate with the most. Writing is another beautiful way of being able to release, depending on how many years down the track you are. It may even be that you look into counseling. I've actually had my daughter doing some counseling, and she's doing the EMDR, which is all about the rapid eye movement, and it helps to release trauma. And so it's something that it's really worth looking into if you are finding it hard to shift for yourself. Again, we now have, the reflection, 45, which is a 9, 4 plus 5 is 9. It's really important, that we walk that labyrinth, that we can go through it and we can see into our past. We can see what we have been through, what we have created, what we have accomplished in our lives. Nothing is really ever a mistake, because it is, if we want to use the word mistakes, or the things that we have endured, we have encountered within our lives, they are what create us to who we are today. This is what gives us the strength, the motivation to be able to move on. And what it is that those traumatic experiences that you've gone through, this is what gives you strength, that in time, depending on who you are and what it is that you have experienced, this is what you're then able to teach on a really personal understanding and a personal level, because you have been through it. And you will attract people in your life who have been through or may have similar stories. And you can then help them through their healing, through their trauma as well. And we all each do that in our own ways. I mean, here I am through my own traumatic experiences of grief and loss, bringing through, my cards, my elixirs, my understanding on a deeper spiritual level on how I can then help others and assist others to move forward. So know that nothing in life is a loss. Nothing in life was a mistake, an accident. Everything has a reason. Everything has a purpose. And that's really beautiful. And I think that's what we might call it. Everything in life has a reason and a purpose. I have to remember that now. Okay, I would like 3 more cards. Not that many. I'm going to take this one and this one. Okay. It is time. It doesn't matter, to go within. This is the nurturing, the feminine aspect. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female. What it's telling you is it's really important to really connect into that sacral center, in particular, the feminine aspect, the emotional aspect, because it's now about creating that emotional freedom. And when we create that emotional freedom, we're then able to go through and, create that purpose for ourselves and find our passion, because we go back and we've reflected on our life and where we've been and where we're at today, as we let go of trauma. And what we're here to do significantly is create optimal health and well-being. And one of the ways, as I said, that we can do this is through mindfulness or meditation. Whoops, not everyone can meditate, and that's okay, all right? But it's really important to go through mindfulness, to create mindfulness in your life, because when we do that, we're connecting into our higher self, we're connecting into the higher frequencies, and we're allowing ourselves to shift. And then we're really shifting aspects of our reality, because it's what we then can create, okay? We are not restricted by time or space, or space-time as we know it. We can travel, we can rise above. And this comes with experience, and, comes with, as you start to shift more and more and more, you'll understand how you can do this for yourself and to see different aspects of reality. And then, of course, it comes into what it is we can create to manifest into our lives as well. I just feel like saying, after saying that, if anyone has read the Emerald Tablets, you may get a feel of that with those words, that I've been saying in the last couple of minutes. But if you haven't, I definitely recommend reading the Emerald Tablets, which is all about Thoth, the Atlantean king. The Doriel version is a great one to look at. The other one that I highly recommend is the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, which is by Billy Carson. And it's a really fabulous book that puts everything together. Highly recommend that one. Right. Oh, it's going to be pick up 48 cards soon. I just want one more card to finish this reading. Everything in life has a purpose. Everything. Everything in life has purpose. Even down to the first card where, we talk about life being challenging. And what we've been challenged is by this COVID that has created this mass pandemic that has really halted the world as we know it, and has had to make us think, what is going on? This is time to think beyond what you are seeing, the programming that has been created. You can shift that, you can work above that, because as I said, we are not bound by space-time like we know it, by time and space. We can travel beyond that aspect, and we start to use discernment, and we start to understand things on a very different level. And it will help you also understand with your own traumas and where you've been and where you're at now, and how you can create the world that you truly want to live. Really important with all the shifts that are going on, okay? To work on on your energy levels. It's exhausting. It's exhausting because we go through aspects of that fight-flight mode. We go through aspects of, as we break down the old paradigm as we've known it. It's about, going through, it's like a dark night of the soul for some. It's about going through elements of, some call it a spiritual depression. But it's knowing that this shift is so important, so that it gets you ready for that next level, for that next part of your journey in this three-dimensional reality. All right. So this card is the vitality. It's about being mindful of your energy. If you need to have a sleep, have a sleep. Have a bath in bicarb and magnesium salts. Burn some sage or burn Palo Santo, whatever you have that feels right, frankincense, dragon's blood, whatever you need to do. Carry the garnet crystal because this is the crystalline structure of the garnet crystal. So that helps with the life force, okay? Bottom of the deck, protection. 44 is all about polarity, all right? It's about finding that degree which creates the balance within your life, but it's also telling you that it's really important to protect your energy, especially now with everything that's been going on, the upheaval on a bigger platform being this world. But then it's also knowing that, as above, so below, because what affects on one level affects on another. So it's being able to override that. And when we're doing that and we're going through these massive shifts, we need to be mindful of protecting our energy. So just remember, everything in life has a purpose. A beautiful, beautiful reading. And I hope you have a wonderful week wherever you are. Happy birthday to all Cancerians this week, and I'll speak to you next week. Okay, bye for now.